Hey guys, John here, Detroit Performance RC. It's been a while since I made a video, so you guys are due. But I recently posted on my Facebook that we have the Kraken cars in stock again, and I kind of want to talk about the history a little bit because a lot of people don't understand like where it came from and what we're selling and whatnot. So just bear with me. Just give me a couple minutes of your time, and I'll try to get you there quickly. But basically, when I started this journey in fifth scale, it was probably 2015, 2014, 16 ish, that time frame. I remember going to the hobby store. We were buying my son a car, and he had one, and I wanted to get one for myself. And I was looking, and I found a DBXL, and I had never seen a gas fifth scale RC before. I was just enamored with it. I was like, wow, that's the coolest thing ever. It's got a weed whacker motor. Man, this thing's going to be fun. So I bought it. And I got it home, and the first thing I realized is that that 23cc is not going to cut it. So, of course, I did what everybody does. Went and upgraded it. So I put a 29 on it and made it a lot more fun to drive. But then all of a sudden, it started spitting out axles. I was breaking pins. Um, it, it was just one thing after another. I'd never seen a car that could cartwheel like a DBXL either. I mean, you want an acrobatic car, you just give that one a try. I never seen. I remember cartwheeling mine halfway across the front lawn. But regardless, I kept breaking it, and I was on the search for a better vehicle. So I went and bought a Losi 5T, and I remember at that time they were kind of hard to get. Um, and I don't know why. I don't remember the circumstances, but I ended up buying one used from a local person, and I got it home. I cleaned it all up, and I put a 32cc engine in it, and I drove the heck out of the thing, and it was a lot of fun. And I remember thinking, this is what the experience was supposed to be like. The car was really durable. I could jump it. I crashed it, rolled it. It wasn't breaking every single time. It was like a car that I could just like run, put away, get back to my normal life. When I want to have some fun, I just go out, start it back up, run it, and it would run over and over again without a lot of trouble. And I remember thinking, this is the best RC car fifth scale ever. I had some Red Cats, I had some what do you call it? Some Bajas, some HPI Bajas, some clone Bajas. I had a lot of cars up to that point. I've been trying and testing different various ones, but I remember thinking this is the platform right here. When I started the business, I wanted to be able to provide like really good quality upgrades parts for the main platforms that were out there that were, it seemed like there was a shortage of places that you could get good quality parts, and there wasn't a lot of good information out there. My local hobby store didn't have anything. So anyway, that was the birth of the business. And as time progressed, um, COVID came along. I was doing this business on the side, and I lost my main job, and I decided, well, I'm going to make a go of this. This is going to be my job. I'm gonna make this business something that I can be proud of, and that you can earn a living from. And so that's what I've been doing. So since COVID, I've been doing that, and we've had a fair amount of success. And I appreciate everybody's support over the years. Certainly not getting rich at this hobby. I don't think anybody does, but I've been able to provide myself with a living and enjoy what I do, and I still love RC. So it's been a win-win. So that leads me to where I was going in the beginning. Was originally I was going to not sell cars. I didn't want any part of it because if you talk to the manufacturers and you talk to Horizon Hobby and you get an account with Red Cat, and the margins on these cars was terrible. It's almost like they wanted to sell you a crap car just to sell you the parts at a high margin later. And that's what really bugged me about the business model. And I was like, I don't ever want to sell it. Why would I want to tie up $2,000 on a car that I make 10% on, and then you know just to sell the parts? And I'll just sell the parts. It doesn't make sense to sell these cars, and so I never really made the investment until Kraken came along. And the Kraken came along. Really, Losi was the only game in town. So you had the Losis, you had the Bajas, and then you had all the Colognes. And when I say clones, I'm talking about like the Rovens, the King Motors, and there was a couple other brands at the time that were making their way around. And they weren't the quality that I really like. Just again, you'd buy the car, it's constantly breaking down. I remember I was heating up a bolt on my clone Baja on I think it was the rear arm. I was heating up the bolt to take it off because it had gotten thread locked on there. As I was heating it up, the the metal just melted and the rods just fell off. It just literally broke. I literally melted a rod. I'm like, how does that even happen? That's insanity. I mean, this is metal. I don't know what it was made out of, but it wasn't good. I can tell you that. But anyway, so when Kraken came along, I was impressed. I was like, wow, these guys really, they made a really nice vehicle. They made a new car, which there wasn't a lot of new cars coming out at the time. So I made the commitment at that time to buy the cars and stock them. I said, okay, I'm going to go for this. I spent a lot of money. I think I spent $50,000-$60,000 buying the cars and getting all the parts, and which for me at that time was astronomical amount of money. It still is actually, but um, to invest in this in something that I didn't even know if it was going to work. And so we got the cars in, and I started using them and started really looking at them, and I was really, really impressed with them. They had some small issues in the beginning. I remember there was an issue with one of the arms there was a problem with, and then a couple of the guys complaining about the shocks coming off or something like that. But overall, it was a good experience. Well, Kraken, the owners of Kraken, decided to kind of get out of the business. And I remember talking to Mike at Taylor and said, I don't know what we're going to do. There's a lot of cars, and we sell parts for these cars if these cars aren't available. And I think he was feeling the same way. And so he went ahead and he bought Kraken. And I couldn't have been more excited because I'm like, if anybody's going to make a brand, it's Taylor. I mean, if anybody's going to make a success of something, it's going to be him. I don't know. You guys know how I feel about his parts. I mean, they are second to none in the industry. You want an upgrade part, Taylor's your guy. You see all the Taylor stuff on my website. It's not by accident. It's because I believe in it. The quality of the machining, the quality of the metals he uses, the fitment, spot on. So I knew if anybody was going to do anything with the brand, it was going to be him. So fast forward, he bought the brand. It's taken a good year to get him up and running, get the tooling done, build the relationships. He took on all the employees, and I know it's been really difficult. So he brought out the cars again in, I don't know, it's probably been 6 months now. Maybe it's a little longer even. But we didn't have a way to really import the cars economically. Before, I got the shipment direct all the way from Taiwan. And with the new tariffs in place, with all the new laws, it seemed like nobody wanted to help us get these cars here. And I talked to dozens of shipping companies. It really was unbelievable. I'm like, how hard can this be just to get? And it's not like we couldn't ship one. I mean, we can ship them. If I wanted a single car, I could probably get it here, but it just cost a fortune. And when you're working off these thin margins on these expensive cars, it just didn't make sense. Like, why would I tie up $1,000 to make $50 on a car? Yeah, it just doesn't. The math wasn't mathing. And so Taylor went to work on it. He found a way for us to get the shipping here more economically. Granted, I'm still not making a ton of money in these cars, which it just kind of is what it is. But I'm happy to have the cars again, and I'm gonna go through some videos with you guys. I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna show you the vehicles. But when you look at a Kraken car, it it kind of changes the mindset. Most people will pay more for a better product. Um, I think where people get upset is when they feel like they're not getting their value for their money, and that's what I think the Kraken brand brings. So you're going to get a car, very very good quality, attention to detail, good warranties, and companies stand behind it. And then we have all the support parts. Obviously, Taylor has all the support parts. So there's lots of places now that you can get parts if you do need them. Ironically, I've got a lot of inventory and spares, and they don't break that much, so I don't sell them any spares. But again, it is what it is. I'm just happy to be ambassador for the brand. It's a good product. I think when you see the lineup, you're going to really agree. that it really is the premier fifth scale brand now. I don't think there's anything out there that holds a candle to it. I mean, the quality of it, the looks, they kind of got um, a lot of the areas covered. So, and I know Losie's coming out with a new 3.0, which is great. I've always been a big fan of the Losie platform, and we sell lots of parts for it. So I'm happy to see that coming back. But these are just a different. This is just on a different level. Um, so and again, they're not for everybody. I mean, there's guys out there that don't want to spend $600-800 on a RC car. I get that, let alone 1,000, 2,000. But for the guys that understand that you get what you pay for, I think you'll appreciate the quality of the product, and you'll be glad that you had one. So let's get into the cars. I'll show you the features and benefits of some of them. I don't want to take a lot more time up, but hopefully you guys stuck with me this far, and we'll go from there. All right, so this is the first car in the lineup I wanted to talk about. This is the Kraken Vesla. It's a two-wheel drive buggy, and it's available. This particular one is actually electric, but it is available in a gas. You can get it as a roller in a gas, or you can get it as a ready to run. Um, but the one thing that you're going to notice about this, and if anybody's driven, and this is where the Baja became so popular, it was the most best-selling car, HPI. I think they sold, I can't remember how many millions of units, but it's been an incredible success for them. And I love the car to some extent. I love driving it. I hated working on it. It was just colossal pain. You had to take half the car apart to do anything. And that's the one thing. So basically what Kraken did was they took the idea of a two-wheel drive buggy and fixed all the quirks of the Baja, the HPI Baja. You got extended arms, which the Baja had short arms, so it wasn't as stable. You got heavier duty linkages, heavy duty shocks. The Baja, I don't know if anybody remembers, but very small, tiny shocks. Heavy duty drive shafts. So it's pretty much an upgraded version of the HPI Baja. It's got an open flat chassis, so everything's easy access to get to your servo, your battery box. Um, Tons of fun, great platform, extremely stable. If you guys like wheelies, you like two-wheel drive and donuts, I mean, this buggy's where it's at. It's a great platform, extremely stable, being that it's wider, easy to work on. And again, if you want to upgrade it, we've got tons of upgrade parts available. But this thing is, as it sits out of the box, is very durable and a great car. Next up, we've got the Kraken Vekta. What a good looking truck. Look at that stance. Just mean. Look at that solid rear axle. Ooh, daddy-o. All right, so the Kraken Vekta, it is available in a gas roller. It's available with a G320, almost ready to run. All you got to do is add your transmitter and receiver. And it's also available as an electric. It's actually available as an electric roller and as an electric, almost ready to run. It comes with the Hobbywing Max 4, which isn't most of you guys will know. It's an absolute beast. This thing it is just hauls ass. I mean, it just flat out goes. Super durable, super good looking. Anybody looking for a real scale looking truck, buggy, lots of upgrade options, lots of custom options available. They make wings for the roof, wings for the back, skirts, crud protectors. I mean, we have just a ton of accessories for these things. The solid rear axle gives it kind of a unique stance and the way it handles. Um, and again, I'll go through some of this later, but you can see it's got heavy duty four-wheel drive dog bones, heavy meaty shocks. Um, I mean, this thing is just a tank. All right, save the best for last. Got the Kraken trophy truck here. Got the TSCO livery. Talking about one good looking truck. I'm sorry, but that is the best looking truck, this scale, on the market today. That solid rear axle, those dual wheels. It just looks awesome. I mean, what a good looking truck. 4-wheel drive. Pretty much very similar to the Vekta in terms of the chassis. It is available electric. It's also available in almost ready to run gas or gas roller. But this thing, guys, is just awesome. I mean, what a well-designed truck. I mean, I like how they integrated. They got the bumpers just above in front of this of the Lexan, protect it. There's a couple things after driving this, there's a couple things I would like to do to it, and I would recommend put some extended wheel hubs on, so you get a little longer wheelbase, you get a little wider wheelbase. Put some stiffer springs in the rear, gives it a little bit more stance, more like that. And a sway bar, front sway bar makes a huge difference in the balance of the car when it's driving. But man, what an awesome handling truck, awesome looking truck, super durable. Doesn't get any better than that. All right, so if you guys made it this far in the video, appreciate you sticking around. I wanted to go through one last thing before I finish up. And, obviously I have a vested interest in people buying Kraken cars because I sell them. But I kind of wanted to give you a comparison to what I call the golden standard. It's been around for 10 years, 15 years. So if you bear with me here, I'm going to show you some parts. Okay, so this is a Losi 5T arm, stock arm off Losi 5T. This is a Kraken Vekta arm. Hopefully the camera can pick that up, but I mean, you could see the thickness, the overall density of it, the weight of it when you feel it. I mean, this is what you're paying for, And give you another example: Losi 5T center diff, center drive shaft, Vekta 5T center drive shaft. And look at that thing. I mean, they're not playing around here. You know, People don't mind paying more for better quality. What I resent is when you pay more or pay a lot and get poor quality, which is not the case. Give me another example. This is a Kraken drive shaft. That's a drive shaft off of a standard Baja. I don't have a Losi one, but here is, again, Losi 5T cup. Now this is a gold standard. This is a good quality product. This was, I mean, as durable as they made them. Now here's what you get. Here's a Kraken one. See the difference? See what I'm talking about? Now for me, when I'm driving these cars, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a professional racer. I don't have anything to prove to anybody. I just want to take the car out, have a good time, and not have it break down every time I take it out. And when I see quality like this, um, it's what motivates me to buy and to invest into a vehicle that I know I'm going to be able to drive the piss out of, take it out, have fun, beat it up, throw it in the basement, put it in the garage, wherever you keep your cars, um, take it out the next weekend, do it all over again. That's not to say these things aren't going to break. I mean, you got a 40-pound car going 40 miles an hour, takes a tumble, hits a tree, things are going to break. But I like the idea that I've got every possible chance with this brand to have a quality part not fail just because it wasn't built strong enough. So that's it. That's my quick take on the whole thing. But and again, this is why I think right now Kraken is the premier brand on the market today. You got lots of choices out there when you go to buy RC stuff, but I urge anybody that's not had one to try it. I think you'll be happily pleased when you get the vehicle. They're lots of fun. They're very durable and they look great.